Welcome to K Drama School. I'm your host, Grace Jung, and class is now in session. The show I'm going to talk about today is a 2020 show called Oh My Baby, and it was available on TVN during the height of the pandemic, actually. It was airing in the spring of the year 2020, and it is currently available on Netflix in US territories. It stars Changnara, and Changnara is a staple of millennial K-drama history, and she is a phenomenal actress. And Changnara is playing a very interesting role here. So she plays this character named Chang Hari, who is a 39-year-old woman. She is a career woman. She's an assistant editor at a well-respected magazine called The Baby, and she is, pretty successful at her job, but she does not have a partner, and she also is really desperately wanting a child, but uh, there's a health threat. So she has problems with her ovaries, and she needs to go through surgery. But if she goes through that surgery, the chances of her being able to conceive is going to drop drastically. So she is feeling very like, how do you say, just really pressured to have a baby like ASAP. Kind of goes through this like 39-year-old woman's woes as a single woman, goes through her woes as somebody who wants to be a mother but cannot. And Changhari just decides that she will pursue single motherhood. And that is a radical choice in South Korean society, which is highly conformist, highly heteronormative. And I was just like really fascinated by the things that I learned about South Korea's laws around IVF. And this show comes to my attention at a very interesting time. Two of my friends, who are both in their mid to late 40s, recently gave birth to infant daughters, and their journey was very long, very taxing, very painful at times. But both of them froze their eggs in their 30s, and then they eventually found partners that they wanted to settle down with, and then they did in vitro. One of them tried it 6 times. So five of them failed, and then the sixth one worked, and then the other one, she just got lucky with the first try. But you know, giving birth in their 40s was also very difficult for them. They went through a lot of complications, and their lives were at threat at times. But they're both now very healthy and doing well. So this pursuit, this decision to become a mother later in her life, is a very, very serious decision. And I thought it was really interesting that South Korea makes it practically illegal for a single woman to go and conceive on her own. Like, there are all these rules around getting the father's consent. Like, sperm donations are also very, very limited. It's mostly reserved for couples who are having trouble conceiving, and it needs to be if like the man has sperm problems, and they need to be married, and there are all these rules and restrictions around it, which is why at one point Changhari pursues the potential of like sitting down with a candidate who is willing to donate his sperm, right? And he's gonna do it by, I mean, it was like a very sleazy transaction that he was offering. But in any case, I just thought it was like I was not aware of these kinds of laws. And what this show is representing in some ways is also the struggles that gay couples might have, right, in South Korea. Whereas LGBTQIA marriages are not illegal in South Korea. I mean, I don't think they're legal either. They're not recognized by law, but they're not completely outlawed. There are some married gay couples in South Korea, but I mean, for them to go and get a child would be like just completely outlawed. And I feel like perhaps these laws are in place to discriminate against same sex marriages, which is a shame. It's a true shame. So I just thought this was a really interesting exploration of what it's like to be a woman in her 30s and be single, and to, have this desperate desire to want to be a mother and face those challenges. And I thought it was also a really interesting way of revealing like more of the struggles that the queer community would go through in South Korea. Today's guest is Juzo Yoshida. He is a Japanese American actor, comedian, and clown based in Los Angeles. He and I worked together on a TV series back in May, and we just had a really fun time talking. He's such a delightful person, and he's got such incredible insights about clowning, about Los Angeles, about being an artist here, being an actor, and I really, really enjoyed our discussion. So let's talk to Juzo Yoshida.
Yeah, that's me. And that's my cat.
Nice.
Bigger than me.
I love it. What's the cat's name?
Bobo.
Oh, how long have you had Bobo?
He's 8 years old, so should be like a 7.5 or
Wow.
close to 8 years.
Long time.
Yeah.
Long time you and Bobo together.
He's a brat.
He's a brat.
Yeah.
I love how you dress always. Like I think you have.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I think you have excellent style. Like I love what you're wearing right now.
Really?
That robe. Yeah.
Yeah. I usually don't think too much. Just a little bit color coordinated here and there, but other than that, I don't think too much.
Exactly. You're not supposed to think too much. You just wear what you have in front of you. That just means you have good selective taste when you buy stuff. See? It's like in you.
Yeah, because when I buy things, I have to buy something that I could wear.
Uh-huh.
I don't want that to sleep in a closet,
Exactly. So you get things that will make you feel good, that you'll look good in. I also like all the boots you wear. You have like really good taste in boots.
Yeah, I love boots. I love boots and leather jackets. I didn't wear leather jackets too much at all at that shoot with you, because I think it was pretty warm.
It was hot. Yeah. That was a fun shoot.
Oh, it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and you look so cute wearing those like round eyeglasses, and you were wearing like a monk's robe.
Well, I know, right? I know, right? They gave it to me.
Yeah, you looked so cute. I was like, oh my god, he looks like an owl.
Yeah, it did, huh? I did.
Yeah.
I have to think of some kind of bit by wearing that one.
Yeah.
No,
and they let you keep the robe, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
I asked, and because they already altered, did an alteration for us. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. So they can now fix that to be longer. So. I guess pretty useless.
Yeah.
To keep that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, where does all that stuff go? It just goes in the garbage later, like.
Or probably Goodwill.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, most of them.
No, like when we were sitting together in that tent, like, the dwell time in between takes, like it was so fun talking to you. And I was like, I want to talk to him some more,
Yeah. We had a fun time together.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I actually, since that shoot, because there were so many clowns on that shoot.
Right.
I was just like, this is a sign that I just need to take a clown class. So I took one clown workshop at LA Clown School with David Bridle.
Oh, okay. I know him.
Yeah. And it was for the tragic clown. That was the workshop.
Interesting.
And I needed to take that class for two reasons. Number one, I have such a hard time being embarrassed,
right.
I'm a stand-up comedian, and stand-up comedians, we always like seem confident and arrogant on stage, and we have control of the room. But I hate the feeling of humiliation, like acting or pretending or, like that kind of stuff. It makes me so embarrassed. So I was like, I want to get over that fear of embarrassment. And the other thing was, I've been trying to publish a book about K-dramas for like a year now, and it just hasn't been going well. Recently, in the last month, it got better. Like I'm talking to an agent now and things are getting better. But up until May, when we were on that shoot, I was struggling so much. And I was like, I need to rewrite this book, but I don't know what voice I need to have. And then the LA Clown School workshop, like Tragic Clown was right there. I was like, okay, well, I am facing a tragedy, you know, I am a clown in the sense that I want to be a writer, but this book won't get published, you know, that's a tragedy in a way. So I was like, let me workshop, you know, this and take my first clown class with David Bridle. And it was a lot of fun. I learned so much, you know.
You know, tragedy is a perfect situation for clowns because clowns always is a lower status than audience,
right?
And acted as they're the worst in the world. But being that is more powerful than being confident because you are in a way controlling the room with your sadness.
Yeah.
So that's clown works because clowns always want to be loved.
Oh yeah.
No matter what, you want to be loved. So usually classic clowns, they don't do strong characters. They do control the room in different route. So sad clowns, those are the a strong one that you get sympathy out of them. So you are in a way controlling the room by being sad
through vulnerability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's to clowns. That's the strongest approach to the to stand in front of strangers. And then you are almost like naked, not physically, but mentally naked in front of the audience, so that you know, you get the sympathy out of them, and then you're controlling the room. So it's a different way of controlling from stand-up comedians. Comedians do control by, you know, strong approach, telling them what to do, what to think.
Yeah, more aggressive.
Right, aggressive way. But the result is a similar. But just that we go different route.
Yeah. It's kind of like you know, like you have a cat, and I heard that cats used to never make a sound, but they started to make a sound that sounded like a baby crying to get sympathy from human beings. So it's like a manipulative kind of thing that they evolved into.
You went into the really right place just now. That animals are teachers of clowns. We do train ourselves being some animals. I study a clown technique called Lakak technique. And in that training, we all went to LA Zoo to find what you want to be. And then we became that animal on stage. That was one of our trainings. So, you know, animals is a perfect example that they are, especially pets, they are lower status than you because you feed them, but in a way they are controlling you. The obvious one is the dogs. But cats too, though. But my cat Bobo, he controls me with a sad cry if I don't feed him on time. But as soon as I fed him, he's going somewhere and doesn't care about me anymore.
No. When you went to the LA Zoo to do that workshop, what animal did you gravitate towards?
I did I think it's a meerkat.
Meerkat.
Yeah, I think that's what like this one.
It's like a very agile rodent.
Right.
What was it about it that resonated with you?
I thought they were controlling us, watching them. I thought there was they are kind of strong animals,
Yeah.
Might be interesting to hear strong out of meerkats instead of hearing from lions or tigers or bears. But to me, meerkat is really kind of low status in the animal kingdom. But in a way, controlling us how to watch them, how to see them. So I thought I saw clowns in them when they were like doing this.
They're performative. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I picked that one. Might be a little bit of easier choice, but at that point, just they caught my attention, and then first instincts usually I go with. So that was my first instinct. So I just went with it, and nobody was doing it. So
that's so interesting.
Yeah, it was really good.
I never would have thought, like, I don't even think meerkat when I think of the zoo. You know, people think the obvious, like tigers, bears, lions, whatever.
Exactly.
It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
And meerkat was a big character in Lion King. That's Timon.
I've never seen Lion King.
Oh my, are you serious?
I'm serious. I know.
Timon is like, he's a huge character.
I know.
In Lion King.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm almost like an illegal immigrant.
No, don't be embarrassed at all. It's actually, maybe it's better that you never saw this movie and you still gravitated towards the meerkat. It was like this primal instinct, because
maybe Disney creators have the same intention.
That's the thing. Somebody at Disney recognized the meerkat as a clown and decided to make him a huge character.
Okay.
And you just naturally felt like, oh, this is similar to how you go shopping. You naturally feel like this is the right thing.
Yeah, I just don't like to stay in the same spot too long. I don't want to. That's the same thing with the shopping. I prefer not to go to the mall. I usually shop online or go to Goodwill or something.
Yeah.
And then especially even the zoo, I didn't want to stay all day.
Yeah.
I just if I find my love for something, which was a meerkat, I just want to study him or her for a while, and that's it. That's all I needed.
Gotta go.
I didn't have to think of any other stories behind it, you know.
And that's similar to how a meerkat actually behaves. It's like when they're focused, but their attention is short, and they move on very quickly to the next thing, and they'll focus, and then they'll move on to the next thing. So yeah, I think
I think that's how they survive.
Yes.
Because if you stick with one attention, the prey might be behind you. So they have to be, what do you call it, agile?
Yeah, agile
a little bit, so that the attention short span would work for them to survive in the wild.
When did you start clown training, and what initiated you into starting the clown training?
You know, I was studying improv comedy.
Yeah.
At Iowa West and the Second City that time. That's like almost 10 years ago. And I struggled, especially on the second level, because of my English is second language, and a lot of people kind of overstep on me, or they didn't really care. They pretend that I'm a dumbass because I couldn't understand, and then they used a lot of pop culture references, which I don't get it.
Yeah,
it's because I didn't grow up in America.
Yeah,
so I was struggling, and then this teacher of the Iowa West recommended me to go to Second City for drop-in classes every day, every once a week. And I started doing that. After that, I met this improv teacher, and she wasn't teaching anywhere else, but she was Chicago improv person, performing Second City Chicago and Iowa Chicago, and she recommended me to take this clown / improv class with Miss Paola Coletto.
Uh,
She kind of changed my life completely.
Mm.
And in that class, I was taught that you don't have to speak, but be truthful to yourself and be vulnerable in front of audience, and just connect with everybody with eyes. Your eyes and this face with this mask would tell you the story, tell them the story, tell them your story. So I start training with her. Every time she comes into LA, I train with her.
Right.
So she's Lecoq technique master. She was a student of Jacques Lecoq, who invented this technique of clown. And so current clown teachers in the world, a lot of them study with Jacques Lecoq. And Paola came to LA for 1 year. She moved out here from Chicago, but she's originally from Italy.
Oh.
And she stayed in LA for 1 year, and I took the 1 year course. But she didn't like LA climate in terms of a actor's climate, not the weather. So she moved back to Italy. Also, her parents were aging, so she wanted to take care of them.
I see. So
I was really, really lucky, fortunate to catch that moment when she was here.
Yeah.
So I studied with her for 1 year, and that was the Lecoq technique. We did a lot of things, including acrobatic. We studied mime, and of course Lecoq, 20 movements, and it was a lot of not talking, non-speaking trainings.
Yes.
And that would work for me because sometimes I don't articulate things when I say something, or I say something inappropriate, which is funny, but I usually don't mean to be funny. Yeah, but in the improv it works. But I wanted to go beyond that, Yeah. No, I just don't want to be like a foreigner. Funny. Yeah.
You don't want to be laughed at all the time.
Right.
You want to have some agency in how you execute your comedy.
Yeah. But interesting, because I back then I thought I want to control, because right now I'm out of control, because whenever I say something funny, they laugh, but I don't know what they were laughing at.
Yes.
And laughing off. So that was I was feeling that I'm not in control. But as a clown, we are not in control. We control from the lower status, being weak, being a dumbass, being not together, not be able to speak English as well. So I guess I was in the right place when I start training for clowning.
How do you let go of that desire to control then? Like, how do you let go and make peace with it?
Because I guess I gave up on trying to be the controller.
I see.
While I start training clowning. So it was the right moment, because then I was getting onto Herald team at iOS. They have Herald, the improv format that they are adapting into. So I was getting into that, and I was in one group in the main stage, and still I was not in control, but I get laughed at for whatever the reasons. And I wanted to be able to understand why people are laughing at me.
Yeah.
But why do I have to do that if I get somewhat success being laughed at?
Right.
Why do I have to change it if it works? And also, that's like coming from the right or left brain, I forgot, but logical sense. And then I'm not that logical performer or an artist. I am more instinctive person from the beginning with. Why do I want to kill that natural thing in order to convert into current climate of comedians?
That's so interesting. Did you, when you were in Japan, did you do anything like creative?
I was in school plays and stuff.
Okay.
But I think my mother told me that those are hobbies, right? And I said, I love TV. I want to be on TV. And then she said, that's not stable enough. That's not good.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to go into business. You are born into a business world. So you have to assume your business role in the family. So I killed that after junior high school. I killed that desire. It's true, because in Japan, you have to be good looking to be successful when you are younger at the entertainment world. And I'm short, chubby, funny looking in a way. Right now, those works for me, like a booking stuff in America, but in Japan, it didn't. And the people might say, why didn't I go to the character type of actor? But a lot of character actors are coming in after beautiful age disappeared, and then they become one. So when a lot of youngsters wouldn't come into entertainment world as character actors, usually older folks assume the role when their beauty went away.
Yeah.
So that's why I went into business, and then I came to America as a business person, and then I was doing business for a long time.
Yeah.
And until my mom passed away. Right before she passed away, she asked me not to regret my life when I look back my life at the end of the road. You are exactly, she said, you are in halfway into a casket, and look back your life. Please don't regret it. That kind of released me from whatever I had. And then all of a sudden, okay, I'm going to become an actor. And we never had a discussion about that. And I never even discussion about that within myself.
Yeah.
It just came up saying that my mother, I'm going to be an actor. And she just nodded. She just nodded. And and then soon after, she passed away. And so I couldn't get into acting right away, but I was working on it. And then probably approximately just 10, 11 years ago, I start getting into the acting, going to acting school and getting an agent, and then improv classes and clown classes, and so, but more than half the time I'm just taking classes instead of working.
That makes you a real actor, though. All the actors I know are always taking classes all the time.
It's like an endless cycle. You don't want to be not training. It's to me, it's too much at stakes. And also there's joy in being a class or being a student.
Yeah there is.
And I don't want to forget the beginner's spirit. You know, we Asians always talk about that. We have to be humble about things, and don't forget your beginner's spirit.
Yeah.
So
that humility is definitely part of an actor's sort of MO. Like, they're always taking classes. They're always like, I need to learn. I'm always ready to learn something new. I'm ready to prepare for my next role, whatever it is, but they're always down to learn
and also reviewing what you've learned again. So you have different perspective, different discovery in the thing that you have already done before. But still, if you go around the world, not world, but different roles and different comedy and different improv, different clowning, and then come back and learning the same thing again. It's the same thing, but it's different because I've changed. I've went through stuff in between. So I see different things. I see different perspectives. I see different ideas. So
It's similar to the conversation that you had with your mother, who, when you were still a teenager, you knew who and what you were, which is an
Right.
actor and performer, entertainer. You
Right.
knew that,
Right.
but your mother said maybe not. And then you decided to be a good son and listen to her.
Yeah.
And then decades pass, and then in her deathbed, she says to you, don't regret the life that you live. And
Right.
again, you're a good son to her by listening to her and saying, I'm going to be an actor. But it's like at that point, she's gotten to a place in her journey where she's like understanding and
Right.
receptive of that importance, and kind of granting you, even though you actually technically never needed her approval, but it's like mentally or spiritually, emotionally, it kind of liberated you to allow yourself to be who and what you are
Right.
originally.
And I feel like she knew what I wanted, or she knew who I was, probably.
Of course.
That and then I hope she didn't feel guilty about it, but because I was somewhat successful. I was able to transfer from Tokyo office headquarters to LA office.
Yeah.
So I was working in a financial district in downtown LA.
Yeah.
So I was not like completely failed with that business.
Yeah.
I had a pretty good, successful business life, but probably she missed the joy that I bring to home whenever I perform.
Yes.
And I think that's what she missed me about, probably.
But even think about like the bigger spirit that was pushing you. You didn't transfer from Tokyo to New York, or Tokyo to Chicago, or Tokyo to Boston, or Tokyo to Dallas, Texas. It transferred you to LA.
Right.
There's a bigger force behind you that's sending you to where you want to be, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And one time I had an interesting conversation. I had a chance to meet this Japanese guy. He was working in entertainment world. I forgot what he does. He's a post pre-production something.
Okay.
And I mean, he said, Juzo, it's kind of funny that you're not working in entertainment while you live in LA, because this is the entertainment capital of the world.
Yes.
Why aren't you in the business world? Yeah. And I said, but this is also a hot real estate world too. So I was in the real estate. So I told him, yeah, I'm doing the different route, taking different road than you are, but I am in somewhat in a capital of something too, because a lot of Asians are buying, selling real estate in LA, Japanese, Korean, Chinese. We all do have a lot of real estate power here in LA. So I'm not completely tragedy or sad case in terms of where I was in business, but
for sure
that sentence kind of stuck in my head somewhere.
Yeah,
that was but I didn't think about that until I answered my mother's last wish.
Yeah.
And then when I said I'll become an actor, and then I remember the guy, what he told me, like 10 years or 15 years prior to that.
Yeah. That was a spirit push again.
Right?
It's like we always get that push all the time in life, daily. We get it daily. We just miss it, or we choose to ignore it, or we're too afraid to look at it.
Right.
But it's always there.
Right.
And once we relax into it and feel more at peace, that's when we're like, oh yeah, remember that. Oh yeah, remember that.
Right.
It's a nice thing. And
it's interesting, right?
It is. I love it. I love it all the time, and I see it all the time. Actually, I had a dream last night, maybe because we were talking about spirit animals. So last night I dreamt that there was there's a K-pop star from the 90s named Jung-ha. and she's older now. She's in her 50s now, but she was dancing next to a K-pop star who's very hot right now called IU. So it's Jung-ah, this old diva, and present diva. They were dancing together, but IU, the younger diva, had a baby elephant on stage with her. And this baby elephant looked so scared and like shy and embarrassed, like it didn't want to be on stage.
Right.
So the baby elephant started to run away. And then the stage, in the back, it moves. So the elephant was on the stage and the stage was moving, but it was moving to the back, like really fast. And then it hit the wall. And then the elephant fell to the floor.
Oh, no.
And then this big weight like fell on the head. And I was like, oh my God, this poor thing. And then Jung-ah and the IU chick, they ran to the elephant. They were like, oh my God, are you okay? And the elephant was still moving, but it looked so scared and pitiful and vulnerable and shy and sad. Yeah, but that was the dream I had yesterday.
And that baby elephant was a clown in that place because by running away, she or he controlled that environment completely. She became the star of the scene. Not
hijacked attention.
Exactly, not old diva, young diva. No, baby elephant control the room and the air. That's a clown.
That's so funny.
It doesn't have to be funny all the time. Clowns have to be truthful to who you are. That's the clown. So
I love that.
Yeah. So it's a little different from the party clowns or American scary clowns. It's different type of clowns because nothing scary about my clowning.
Yeah, tell me more about your clown. Like, I know there are these archetypes of clowns. Like, there's the white clown, and then there's the mime, and then there's the sad clown. What is your clown?
I'm a sad infant clown.
Oh,
that's what Paul, my master told me.
Yeah,
I'm a sad infant clown.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
you look like a sad infant. That's exactly what you look like. Yeah,
but I kind of dig it.
It's amazing.
Yeah, nothing scary about me. I'm not intimidating person in the first place.
No.
And I'm small, I'm short, and so and then when I'm training on clowning, I was truthful to myself, and then probably she saw sadness through my eyes.
Yeah. There's this thing, like, in Hollywood, round Asians tend to be very beloved, like Bobby Lee,
right?
Round Asian, people love him. There's this other comedian named Dante Chang, also round, beloved. There's something about roundness, like like Buddha, like the abundance Buddha, fortune Buddha. He's like round and smiling and Asian, and people love him. They buy that Buddha all the time.
Right.
And there's something about that quality that people just love. They feel natural love to. And I think that's what an infant is. A baby is like, you just feel natural love to it because it's so round and cute. And if you add sadness to it,
right,
then you want to give it more love and sympathy,
because in a human world,
yes,
if there's a different ages of people in that scene or family, who control the most? Infants.
Yes. All the
infants
time.
Cries and everybody say, what happened, are you okay, kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that's how my master saw me through.
Oh. I saw you perform a few times. Once was that was the first time I ever saw you. I told you about this. It was like time travel machine show or something, like
right at the clubhouse.
At the clubhouse, and you were doing a very unique form of improv. It was like absurdist improv or something. And
right, I used to combine improv with clowning.
Yeah.
Improv, they have a fourth wall.
Yeah.
But my improv breaks the fourth wall, and then I'm in kind of invading the audience world.
Yeah.
I don't have that wall at all. So sometimes I interact with audience. And sometimes that's kind of similar to stand-up comedy, though.
Yeah.
And then I said, I'm going back to a character. So I do that. And so nobody was doing it that way.
Yeah.
Basically, me and my then comedy partner, Chad, we created our own format.
Yeah. It was very unique. I've never seen anything like it. And it's hard to follow if you don't know all the rules of these like categories, I feel like. But I was like, this is weird and strange and interesting. I was watching it, wondering what's going to happen next. It's like you're breaking boundaries like that, and you're sort of keeping people on their toes. Like you're not going to be able to know where this is going to go.
That's the attention that I asked for as a clown to audience. I'm challenging the attention to audience as a because I'm oftenly when I'm on stage, I'm a lower status than audience.
Yeah,
I am, and then when I'm in a lower status than audience, mean that I'm also in charge of the room.
Yeah,
because you know, some people get protective of me. So that's how babies get attention from the room, right? So I think I do the similar tactics as real life baby in the room.
Yeah. You know, I have a nephew. We're not blood related, but it's like one of my close friends' infant son. He was born last year, and he was just like a few months old, and I was holding him, and when he started to cry, everybody's like, okay, the baby's crying, right?
Right.
And then around that same time, I heard a fire alarm go off.
Right.
And I was like, oh, people designed ambulance, fire alarm.
Right.
They designed these things after a baby's cry, because once it goes off, everybody has to stop what they're doing.
Right.
And move aside or give room. Like it's like it's the same. That's why it's loud. Like an alarm is so horribly loud.
Right.
And it's like, make it stop. I will do anything to make this sound stop. And it sort of triggers this primal response we have as human beings. It's like, oh, when a baby's crying like that, we have to make that cry stop. Like what does it need? You know, it's not like this angry response. It's more like we have to be careful right now, cautious, and give it what it needs.
Right. Same mechanism, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Around infant babies crying as well as ambulance siren. It's the same mechanism.
Yeah.
And because they are both of them are lower status than us currently.
Yeah, that's true. Because whatever we as adult human beings are doing, that feels like the most important thing. And it's like, how do we disrupt that? Bring a baby or bring a fire alarm. Yeah. That'll end it all.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
That's true.
Fascinating.
Yeah. I never thought about ambulance or police, but it is true.
It is true.
It's true. Like, it's so loud here.
So loud. And there's like a rule. Like when you hear that sound and you see those horrible flashy lights, you have to move your vehicle aside so that they can go through. Everybody has to stop.
Yeah. And that's a good rule too, though.
It is a good rule, but it's interesting how they modeled it after an infant crying.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if they did that or not, but it's similar really to one another.
I'm pretty sure they did. If they did it was subconsciously done. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you write your own material, or are you only a performer?
I'm not a writer, but I do write my short pieces of clowning pieces.
Oh, what does that mean?
Mean that I do bit as a clown.
So you write it out what you're gonna do.
Usually I don't have to write it out. I just perform it and then find out through improv.
I see. Okay.
I have basic backbone of the performance.
Yes.
Basically, I'm gonna connect dots while I'm improvising, performing.
Yeah.
Not completely improv because I'm predetermined in certain things. Like I'm gonna be who I am, I'm going to be. Because if it's improv, it's completely undecided until you get on the stage, right?
Yes.
But when this character, I am ghetto, non-ethnicity girl. I have that, and I have a clothes, and then get on the stage, and then I have a basic structure where I'm at, where I'm going.
Yeah.
But between that, I have nothing. So while I'm on stage and feeling the audience temperature, and then I decide what to do. And then after the show, I'm gonna write down what I did.
Yeah.
And then from there, I'll go next place and then perform, and then I do a little bit of alteration here and there.
Yeah.
Because of different demographic of audience, it's a different result. Some people don't quite appreciative of what I do, but some people do. It's a lot of ethnic gags or appreciated by more people of color than white people.
For sure.
But most of audience are white people here in LA, in the comedy scene. So I gotta yeah. So
yeah, are you gonna, do you have like a one-man show or something that you want to tour?
I was going to do it building little by little.
Yeah.
But I kind of gave up on that particular thing. I spent a lot of money on the props, and then but I was too much into my like tragedy of my life, and then it was too self-indulgent.
I see.
And then if I show it to my master, she would say, Juzo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You are self-indulging and nobody cares what you are crying about. And
so you need more distance from it then.
Right. So right before pandemic, I start doubting because my musical partner, he dropped out.
I see.
And then probably when he signed on to it, he was expecting some magic is happening with me and him, but then never happened. And probably he thought that that is not a good place for him to donate his time and talent to it. So he left. And after he left, and I kind of realized that I was and nobody was praising my piece either. So yeah, but pandemic happened, perfect timing for me to stop. So I have a lot of props, but I'm not going to go back to the piece because it's just a sad piece.
Well, I think I totally understand what you mean, because I think there is a arc to all projects, right? There's the blood part. It's like, look at my blood, Liz, all the blood. It's sad, tears and shit. But it's like, as you say, people don't want to look at blood, tears and shit. They want to look at a nice packaged product. That's what they want to look at. They want to look at nice clothes, nice boots, a cute cat. They want to see something that is developed, recognizable as a beautiful thing. And it takes time to get to that, because you're like, my blood and shit is not that thing. But eventually, it can become that thing. I saw Teruko Nakajima's one-woman show at the Hollywood Fringe.
I love her.
I love her. Her show.
I love her.
Her show was that. So if you take the first 2/3 of it, it's blood, tears, shit. The final act was so profoundly cathartic, with this big uplift, like the spirit energy. Like, here is the answer. Here is the reason why. Here is how it all came to be. Look at this beautiful thing. This pink eyeglasses with the dog and the pink and the red. Look at it. And it's like, oh, that cathartic part made the whole journey of the blood, tears and shit worthy. And it was like, I understand why I had to walk through that mud. So I think maybe your piece, it's in that tragedy state, but over time, you'll see like where it needs to get to, you
Yeah,
know?
because I knew what ending should be. I
Uh-huh.
wanna give myself an audience optimism
Yes.
without merit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was going there, but on the way to get there, I
Yeah.
was dwelling too much on the tragedy part.
Yeah. It's
And
because, yeah.
I think when you are creating for an hour solo show,
Yeah.
I think you should go through it, not just a piece by piece.
Yeah.
That was my mistake. I shouldn't
Yeah.
have done piece by piece, because when you look at the piece by piece, 2/3 of 3/3 of 3/4 of tragedy, you
Yeah.
think that that's all I'm asking for, is
Yeah.
to get a cry out of you.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
and that was a big learning experience. So next time I'm gonna develop some one-man show when I'm inspired.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna rehearse in front of audience
Yeah.
throughout the entire show, not piece by piece.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Totally.
a learning experience.
Each thing can be its own chapter, its own
Yeah,
arc, its own little
yeah.
journey. I love
I
that.
I love Teruko too. Teru-chan.
She's great. She's
Yeah,
really great.
she's great. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And
yeah,
her show was really amazing. I was like
yeah. I missed her show.
it's still playing right now this
Oh,
month.
she is?
This whole month she got 10 more shows this month because her show was so successful. The Complex Theater gave her more dates, so you can still go and see
Oh,
it.
really? Okay, I'm gonna
Oh,
look
it
into it.
is so good. Hers, and also Natasha Mercado's one woman show, Tree.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
it also has more dates this month. And Natasha's show was also
Yeah,
amazing.
I went to see Natasha's show.
Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah.
love that.
It was really good.
So lovely, yeah.
It was very her.
Very her, so lovely.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I do this at the end of all of my podcasts. I take
Mhm.
one Korean drama and then I ask my guest questions about the show, like what would you do if you were in this situation as this person? And you just improvise whatever answer that you want. Okay. So it's supposed to be a fun little game. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So the show I'm going to talk about today is called Oh My Baby. Let's say you're a 39-year-old woman named Hari, and you really want to be married and you really want to have a baby, but for whatever reason, that never happened. And now you're almost 40 and you've been in a relationship. The last one, it was 10 years ago, and you haven't been in a relationship since. And you feel stuck. What do you do?
Oh, wow. You're asking me a question. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, what would I do?
Yeah. If you were her.
Adoption.
Adoption. Okay.
Do I have to have a physical baby myself? That's the main thing.
I mean, I guess not, but adoption's a good idea. Okay. You could do that. So that's on the horizon.
Or I'm just gonna go through all those apps. Like what's called that?
Dating apps.
Dating apps. I'm gonna go, or I'm gonna go back to all the relationship I had since I was in junior high school.
Okay.
I'm gonna review my man from childhood to adult and assess what went wrong with him. So I'm gonna dating app at the same time. I'm gonna go through my own file.
Oh wow, two things.
Yeah, from junior high school, college, or non-college, at work, or so I'm gonna go through each one of them.
Wow.
Even it doesn't matter whether he is married or not. I just have to see them once.
Gotta see it.
And then review and analyze myself.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Intense stuff. I love it. Okay. All right. Let's say you're the same woman. You're Hari again. All right. You go to the doctor because you have like some menstrual cramps, like severe menstrual cramps. And the doctor says to you that you have to have ovarian surgery. But after you have that surgery, you will not be able to conceive a child anymore. And she also says that because you're 39 years old, the odds of you getting pregnant are very low.
Right.
But your dream since childhood was to one day become a mother. That's something you really wanted. What do you do?
How much time do you have for surgery?
Like 1 year.
Mm. I'm gonna go back to the biggest love of my life, and then ask for sperm.
Okay. Very simple.
More complex?
No, that's okay. I like it. Go to the
Um,
biggest love of your life and ask for his sperm. Okay.
yeah.
Just in a cup, or do you have to fuck him?
Either way, whichever the economical.
Okay.
Economy talks, you know.
Yeah. It does. It always talks.
So,
Yeah.
So biggest love or best love of my entire life, and then ask for sperm.
Okay. I like
Yeah.
that. Fine. All right. Let's say you're Hadi again. You're the same woman.
Okay.
You go online, you go on Craigslist or whatever, and you find a strange man online. He offers to be a sperm donor to you, but he says that his sperm costs $10,000 and he offers to inseminate the sperm naturally. All right.
Okay.
Not in a cup. He wants to
Right.
bone you. He's a total stranger. But then suddenly, while you're at this cafe talking to this man, the police arrive and the police arrest him for selling sperm illegally online, and the police arrest you for buying sperm illegally online. What do you do?
Is it illegal to buy sperm online?
I think so, in South Korea.
Because I know he's doing illegal stuff, because basically he's a prostitute, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah, because I am part of the prostitution business.
You're buying, yeah.
No. Then I'm gonna have a relationship with the police who arrested me.
Okay.
I'm gonna fuck him so hard. He'll forget that he has to arrest me. I'm gonna give him the best orgasm he ever experienced.
Yeah.
With a 39 years of technique will be only focused on to just give him the pleasure of his life.
I love that. Okay, good. Very good. So good that you delete his memory. I love that. Oh, wow.
because the pleasure, the orgasm pleasure took over. And so past memory doesn't count anymore.
It's gone.
Yep.
Yeah. I love that.
It was the best fuck he ever had in his life.
His history is rewritten because of your fucking.
Exactly. Yes. Because she would say, you can change the past, but you can't change the future.
Okay. All right. Let's say
that's a quote of the day.
I like that quote. Let's tattoo it on our butts. Okay. let's say you're Hadi again. You're the woman. All right. You work at a magazine called The Baby, and you're the assistant editor at this subscription company. Wow. But because of the news of you doing this illegal transaction with the sperm, your face is all over the news. It's all over the internet. Everybody's angry with you for being this baby crazed woman who wants to buy sperm illegally online. Like everybody's cursing you. And two women come to you and shame you. They're like, how dare you try to buy sperm online? And why are you so selfish? You only think about you wanting a baby. Why don't you think about that baby not having a father? What's wrong with you? They say this in front of all of your colleagues. What do you do?
Wow, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Because before I thought I have to escape and then I'm going to just have plastic surgery, right? But this case, you can have plastic surgery because it's talk about bigger things. Sex change.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Now, yeah, sex change.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Because I'm also non-binary. So.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm going to fuck those two women.
Okay. Good. Perfect. I love that. All right.
I just learned the non-binary definitions. I just wanted to use.
Yeah. It's a good one to know. It's very useful. Yes.
I've heard about it for quite some time, for the last 3-4 years, but I didn't really know the meaning of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a good one.
Because one of the Japanese entertainers came out as non-binary, and I have to look into it.
Yeah. Fascinating.
right?
That's a big step for that entertainer to take in Japan.
Yeah, but she's well-known singer, so she also writes her own materials. So she doesn't really care. Probably you might know her, but okay.
Kind of has an independent sort of
Right.
Very good. Okay.
She was raised in America, so she's very Americanized and independent woman.
Got it.
Or man, I don't know what to say.
You call them they them.
Oh, they them. Okay. Why is the plural?
Because you know how in Korean and Japanese and Chinese they don't have she, her. They don't have pronouns, but in English there are gendered pronouns, and if you say they them, it's not gendered. It is plural, but it's not gendered.
Oh, right. Oh, now I got it. Thank you so much. Okay, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Oh, good. I learned something.
Yes. Okay. 2 more. You're doing great. You're doing great. 2 more questions. All right. Let's say you're Hari again. You're that same woman. All right. There's a childhood friend of yours named Chae Young, and he recently got a divorce, and he has an infant daughter, and he is now living at your mom's house as a tenant. Okay. When he got married to his wife, he stopped talking to you because his wife was jealous of you. But now he's living in your mom's house. He has this baby daughter, and he says he likes you and wants to marry you. What do?
Did we have a relationship before?
You were always friends.
Okay. I'm gonna okay, I give him a choice to be my sex slave or that's so good. Yeah, sex slave. I'm gonna marry him, but I'm gonna have a contract agreement with him that he's gonna serve me or orally every day.
Oh my God.
And the baby shouldn't know about that.
Oh, of course not.
And then I'm going to be her mama.
Oh my God. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So that'll even things out.
Yeah, but that guy has to pleasure me oral every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Till the day he dies.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, all right. That's fair. You know, he did abandon you. You were best friends. He did
abandon me, and also now invading my family.
Yeah, he's in your house. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. Okay, very good.
So oral sex shouldn't be that much.
Yeah, it's very small token for such a big thing that he did.
Yeah, right. And I've read an article that a lot of ladies don't get enough of oral stuff in America. So I thought, okay, let me be a little bit Americanized here.
Okay, very good. All right, final question. Let's say you're the same woman, you're Hari again, all right? Okay. You start dating a very handsome, tall photographer man. His name is Isang, okay? You guys love each other. You love each other. But Isang has a secret. He does not have enough sperm to inseminate a woman, all right? You cannot conceive with his sperm. That's his tragedy. But you love each other. He says he loves you, but he cannot provide a child for you. What do?
I still make love to him every day. But I get sperm donation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and to satisfy my cravings for having a baby.
Okay.
But if he has a brother, I will go with it. Or if he has a daddy, so that stay within DNA would stay in the family, right?
Holy shit!
So I would fuck father or brother.
Oh.
But if there is no father or brother, Hari will ask for sperm donation similar to my husband.
They have to look identical.
Yeah. And then similar intelligence, similar profession. A little bit better than him.
Yeah. A slightly better quality. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Amazing answers. Thank you so much, Juzo. This is amazing.
I'm so bad. I'm so inappropriate.
No, it was perfect answers. Thank you. Thanks for this.
This is funny.
Yeah.
What you're doing, Grace. Yeah. This is funny podcast.
Thank you.
I love it.